Anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole Racing here with Fligger Farm TV as we are hitting the track tonight of Talladega as we're waiting to see how many drivers show up here tonight. And I think we're having a little snafu with the league session, so we're going to wait and see what goes on here with it. So just bear with us here as we get things started and rocking and rolling here tonight for the Friggy Diggy Racing League here tonight with the Arca series. All right, waiting to see what goes on here. All right, so We're waiting here for the startup. Bear with us here as we get things situated, waiting on to see what goes on for this session here. We're sitting here in one session, but I understand there could be a second session starting up. So that's what I'm trying to see to wait and bear with us here. All right, we're getting set ready to rock and roll here. We're loading in now to watch some qualifying take place. Oh, we're about ready to rock and roll now. Now we're getting the field together. A little while ago, I was getting a little worried. I only saw about 6 cars in session, but now we're up to about 8, maybe 9. Possibly a few more. We'll have to see how this plays out. And tonight, as there you see on screen, our schedule. Why it's up, I don't know. But there you can see on the track behind me, that's Josh Cole. We'll head trackside now. Drivers are loading in. Grid's coming alive. There's about 15 minutes of practice left here in this session, but I think they're going to advance it here about 8 o'clock. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want over here. Should be a great night of racing here on the pole as we see a group of 4 drivers there practicing the draft. 75 there of Waylon McConnell right up against the bumper. No air between him or the 21 of Joseph Thomas. See them pushing each other again down that backstretch into corner number 3. Look out, here comes Josh Cole and Rick Schneider. And just ahead of them, I think that is the... Oh, I'm trying to get a car number off of that. That's the 72 of Nathan Peacock. And they split him 3 wide as he's going to fall back in behind these drivers.
music and sound effects for your videos. This is not the real world. This is your creation. The stories you tell.
The Cantina chicken burrito isn't just it's light, slow roasted shredded chicken and finely shredded purple cabbage in a freshly grilled tortilla that's not shredded. Introducing the new Cantina chicken burrito.
When you have rheumatoid arthritis, the smallest things can feel like the biggest obstacles.
we'll just sit here waiting. Alrighty, we're about ready for qualifying, it looks like. And if you're just tuning in, we had a little setback on the session, so normally we would be up and running before now, but we got about 15 seconds left here in practice, and then we will be underway here tonight at Talladega for the Friggy Diggy Arca Series. We still got some drivers on track here practicing, as you can see here. As time ticks down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is all practice road. Oh, we got about 9 minutes here, or 9.5 minutes left of qualifying. Waylon McConnell first out on track in that number 75 machine here tonight, as he's coming out of the pits for his out lap. Tom Tour looks like he's getting ready to come out. Logan Spencer coming out. Here comes Mike Schaefer as well. And they all come out for their out lap. Terry Fettle also coming on out. Buster Thomas coming out. As we're looking at the likes of Waylon McConnell, there you see on the bottom of your screen, he's in the pink down there on the bottom. Setting a quick time right now through Sector 2. I guess through Sector 1, through Sector 2, he's going to be laying down. Oh, let's see here. All right, well, he hasn't laid down a lap yet, as we're coming around this time for his first lap. Running that bottom side, Logan Spencer getting a great run there for Sector 2. Now we're looking at Logan McConnell, or Waylon McConnell, I'm sorry, as he comes through 3 and 4, coming off of 4, and there goes my skew again. And there we go, we're picking it back up off of the corner. Back across the stripe, let's see where Waylon McConnell lies here, as he was pink through the first sector. And he'll be pink through the second sector as well. And there we are. There's our first time on the board. That is Waylon McConnell with a 53.458. Christopher Pugley's coming out on track here. Joseph Thomas out on track. He's trying to lay down a quick run here. in that number 21 machine as the laps are starting to roll in here. Logan Spencer pulls in a second here. Second best time. 53.592. Tom Tor lays down 54.443 for his first lap. Got a little bit of work to do for that second lap, and Schaefer is going to jump up there into second with a 53.483. Fennell jumps up to a 53.889. Brett Bray is in there with a 53.619 here tonight. And we're watching the 3 of Tom Tor right now as he comes through 3 and 4 back out onto that front stretch. Oh, come on, you damn thing. What is going on with this skew? Runs for a good while, and then it just all of a sudden starts skipping, and I have not a clue why. As Tom Thor now takes over second place with a 53.415. Mike Schaefer, though, takes the lead over top of McConnell, as well as Fennell. Fennell now pulls into second place with a 53.381, but Matt Schaefer with a time of a 53.367 takes over pole position here tonight. There's still a few drivers, though, trying to lay down a quick time. Josh Cole is one of them. He had a good first sector. Now he's coming through sector number 2, off of 3 and 4, back around the tri-oval. And he's sitting at a 53.303 for Josh Cole. See who else is out on track. We got Christopher Pugliese in the number 42. Pendle out there in the number 94 as he's finishing his time here. And finishing up with a 53.417. Rick Schneider in the 03. As they come down through the corner. Up and across the stripe, he's going to be sitting at a 54.081 for Rick Schneider for lap 1. See if he can pick it up here for lap number 2. Richard Odie is there in the number 78, trying to make up some time as he's coming out on track now. And right now, Rick Schneider looking good through sector 1. Can he keep it going through sector number 2? As he comes off of 4 down through the tri-oval. And he's going to lay down. Rick Schneider laid down a 53.316. There you see Richard Odie there in the number 78. Still waiting to see Peacock and Brody. Once again, we want to welcome everyone to the Friggy Diggy Arca series here this Sunday evening. They are running at Talladega here tonight, High Banks. And I'm sorry, I thought I fixed this little frame hiccup that I have on the stream, but I guess it's still plaguing me. I'm trying to figure out what it could be, but I haven't figured it out quite yet. Richard Odie, Matthew Semple, he's now coming out. Odie, there you see, he's in the green for Sector 1. Time to beat is a 53.303. And I do not believe Odie's going to get it. And he comes in with a 54.535 for his first lap. Matthew Semple out here in the number 8 machine. Comes storming down. He's going to go and decide he don't want to take a time. Richard Odie going through his second lap here. Okay, time through Sector 1 as he comes out of number 4, the triangle here into Sector 2. Ends up with a 53.433. That's going to be good enough for 10th position. Tonight is the first night of playoffs for the Friggy Diggy Racing League. As we're set now, qualifying has ended. Have a look at our race info tonight. 78 degrees with a track temp of 104 degrees. 45% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. Our grid here tonight going to be being driven in that pole position. Is going to be at number 43 of Josh Cole. Rick Schneider in position 2. In there in row 2, that's going to be Mike Schaefer there in in position 3. In position 4, that's Christopher Pugliese. In row 3, to the inside, starting 5th, is Kerry Fennell. Starting on the outside of row number 3. In 6th position, that's Waylon McConnell. 7th position tonight goes to Joseph Thomas. 8th to Tom Tour. And row 5, starting in 9th, that's Christopher Pendle. And row 5, outside in position number 10, that's Richard Odie. And 11th, that's Brett Bray. And 12th tonight, that's Logan Spencer. A little farther back, I'm not sure if we got all these drivers on the grid or not, but Matthew Semple starting 13th, Brendan Brody starting 14th, and Nathan Peacock in the number 72 will roll up in 15th. So it looks like we're missing Matthew Semple there in that 13th position. So that's going to let Nathan Peacock roll up there onto the inside one position if Matthew Semple does not take the grid. Looks like Semple is there in the number 8 machine. Now we're going to do our best we can here tonight and bring you all the live action here from Talladega the best we can. We're rolling through 1 and 2, getting ready for the start of the race. Rick Schneider on board with him as we're getting set to rock and roll here tonight. Pace truck is off. Interesting, we're using a Pace truck here tonight for the Arca series. And coming to the stripe, green flag's going to wave, and they're going to be down and underway here in the Friggy Diggy Arca series here tonight. Presented by 1% Designs and Admin along with Keep Digging. And if you're looking for discount codes there for Keep Digging, check out the description down below, as it will have a discount code there for you here on YouTube. And they roll through 1 and 2. Here we are as a pack coming off of 2 out in the backstretch. We got 94 laps here at Talladega to complete. And we see everybody kind of splitting off in the pairs, kind of. As the 8 of Matthew Semple goes to the inside. He's going to shoot the gap. Going to try to pull up there behind the 75 of Waylon McConnell. As Christopher Pugliese in that number 42 leads the way currently. As Josh Cole has fallen back to 5th after starting on pole. As they come out of 4 down through the triangle, it is going to be possibly Waylon McConnell with the first lap lead here tonight in the Friggy Diggy Arca series. Now the drivers are working through 2, off of 2, back here, back out onto the backstretch. Almost going 3 wide there once again for the lead. That's going to be Semple down there on the inside, along with the 42. And they make contact. And more contact as Semple now is down on the apron. Has to let off and get that car under, keep that car under control as he's out there. I don't think he's going to take too kindly to that. And now he's loose, coming off of 4. That's going to lose all his momentum. Now he's got to try to make sure he doesn't lose the draft and get back up there towards the front. But we got problems coming through the trial. Well, that is the number 60 of Brett Bray getting sideways down through the trial. Now run, it's Waylon McConnell with Tom Tour right behind him. Logan Spencer back here in 5th in that number 89 machine. 00, Terry Pennell, Christopher Pugliese there in 3rd in that number 42 machine. Josh Cole has fallen back yet another position there in the number 6 position. As everybody's single filed out here so far this evening. Nobody really wanted to try that outside lane as of yet. We know it's still early in this race, but the 21 of Joseph Thomas, he's making that outside kind of work a little bit, getting the side draft as he's coming up through the field on the outside and making a run here if he can make it happen. As he's battling to the outside right now of that 00, Terry Pennell, only a little bit in front. He's getting the run off of 4. Now he's getting that run up to the side of the 42 of Christopher Pugliese and beside Tom Tour. And look at the run Joseph Thomas is getting on that outside all by his lonesome. If only somebody was out there to help him, I bet you they could really make some distance on that outer lane. As Christopher Pugliese now is, Joseph Thomas is working on the outside of Tom Tor. As Tom Tor falls back into third, and here comes Joseph Thomas out there on the outside. The 03, Rick Snyder, he's going to try to do the same thing, but clear on the outside lane, making it 3 wide for the lead. Coming down here into corner number 1, but does not have the room to do it quite yet. Or the momentum as that outside lane is now going to form up a little bit. With the leader of that lane being Joseph Thomas out there on that outside lane. As we get back to a little bit of pack racing instead of cycle file side by side. We're going back side by side here at lap number 5. And as quick as things happen, Josh Cole, our pole sitter, is all of a sudden sitting way back here in 11th. Just a spot outside the top 10. But out front, it's still Waylon McConnell, Joseph Thomas there in second. And Tom Tor in third as it stands right now. Joseph Thomas still leading that outer lane as they come down to the stripe, trying to get that side draft to work in. Coming off of the corner, and it's still going to be Waylon McConnell to lead the lap. But Joseph Thomas is there with Rick Snyder as they come down into corner number 1. Right behind Rick Snyder, though, on that outside lane is the number 29 of Mike Schaefer. Mike Schaefer having a decent run here for the first playoff race of the season. As they come down the backstretch side by side, Joseph Thomas still leads the way with the 75 of Waylon McConnell leading that inside lane. And dang it, there goes some more scoop and a little bit of hiccup here and there. So bear with us here as the cars will come shooting back on screen here in just a moment. And we're back underway with Waylon McConnell out there front with Tom Tor in second. But that outside lane of Rick Snyder and Joseph Thomas, they're going to roar back here coming down into corner number 1 as they're side by side. Rick Snyder doesn't look like he wants to stay behind Joseph Thomas too much, as he'd like to try to push it for 3 wide here at some point. But I just think it's a little early to be pulling that type of maneuver. We'll have to wait and see how this race progresses. Everybody's doing just a fine job here so far tonight. Running side by side. Great racing going on side by side as they were through 1 and 2. Back through 3. Back out onto the backstretch if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I'm wrong. That is turn 4 coming back across past pit road entrance. Back down into the trioval. As we're on lap 8 here tonight for the Friggy Diggy Arca series. Hope everybody's here enjoying the racing so far. And if you're wondering what that SBGN is down there in that bottom corner that alternates with our Flicker Farm on the pole logo, that is Southern Broadcasting Gaming Network, and some of the races are being put onto the Roku side. So make sure you check that out, as well as there is always races going on the Roku channel. Side by side, off the corner, here we go. On board now with the likes of Mike Schaefer as they're coming down 10 in the trioval. Here in the middle of the pack, there you see Rick Snyder going to the outside, but just does not have the momentum as of yet to try to get it pushed 3 wide. But he's definitely thinking of it. There you go, the 29 good wrench machine there of Mike Schaefer trying to work his way through the field. And now they're working side by side. Now everybody's leaving. Joseph Thomas all by his lonesome, and the last time they did that, he worked his way clear out, almost fighting for the lead. And that was just off a side draft. So Joseph Thomas doing a real great job here tonight, running that side draft, making sure he can stay up there in position, hoping he can make a move late in this race. He's just got to try to make sure he paces himself right now, though, as there is still a lot of racing left to go here at Talladega. We're starting at 10. Let's go ahead and heat it up a little here on the Flicker Farm TV network. around the track. And hopefully everybody can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me over the roar of the engines or not. There we go. That might help a little bit. We're coming down through 3 and 4. It's still side-by-side racing here on the pole here for the Friggy Diggy Arca Series as they come down through the trial for another time. Side-by-side, and Joseph Thomas will lead that lap. Been fighting really hard out there on that outside lane. As he's got the 94 of Christopher Pendle now with him. And on that low side, that's Tom Tor. And that number 3 good wrench. And I know there's a number 29 good wrench in the field as well of Mike Schaefer. He's falling back right now to 7th. And another driver I'm looking at is Josh Cole, as he's falling back to 12th after starting on the pole in this race. Nathan Peacock 13th, Brett Bray 14th, Matthew Semple back in 15th. And everybody running around as a pack. Not sure if Semple is on track or not, but he has definitely lost the draft. Along with Brett Bray. I'm not quite sure where Brett Bray currently is. Well, he's definitely lost the draft as well. They're riding. I think if we go back and check, these two might be running together, trying to check. And there they are. There's Brett Bray and Matthew Semple trying to get the 2 cars to work together and get back up there into the draft. I just don't know if I see it happening without the help of a caution. Out front, it's Waylon McConnell as we're on board with Christopher Pugliese. Oh, I'm sorry, not Christopher Pugliese, but Christopher Pendle. And that number 94 machine as he pushes Joseph Thomas to yet another lap led here tonight in the Friggy Diggy Arca Series as they're looking jumbling as Joseph Thomas jumps to the inside lane down through corner 1 and 2. And they're going strong, almost going 3 wide as they come off of 2, brushing the wall. That's going to be Josh Cole. And I'm trying to see who the 42, that's Christopher Pugliese and Josh Cole on the outside, way outside in that 3rd lane as they come down the backstretch with the 94 in the middle. That's a 94 of Christopher Pendle in the middle lane. The 3 wide racing up here at the front. These drivers are starting to get a little bit more bold as the race goes on here. As we're at lap 15 of 94. Still got a long train down there on that inside lane with drivers staying single file, but it's going to be that outside lane that might prevail this time by. And that leader is going to be Christopher Pugliese with Josh Cole there in 2nd. As Pendle falls back into 3rd, now 4th as Joseph Thomas pulls up into that bottom, pulls that bottom groove up there into that next position. Oh, Josh Cole working his way from 12th back up here into the top spots. As Pendle's doing all he can to hold them bottom 2 lanes off. He cannot do anything about that outer lane as they come roaring down here into 3 and 4. Pendle now down there on the bottom side as they're 3 wide once again for 2 rows deep. 1 row clear down on the bottom. The rest of them are up high in that 3rd lane. 2 cars in the middle in the sandwich. Now I see 1 car in the middle, and that's the 3 of Tom Tor. Nobody's really wanting to work with Tom Tor as of yet. They're in that middle lane. I wouldn't count Joseph Thomas, though, out from maybe making the move and going up there to that middle lane. As that number 21 car has been able to run pretty much anywhere he puts it. As the 3 of Tom Tor now drops down into that bottom lane. That outside lane got quite the momentum run, though, up there clear against that outside wall. As Cole drops off of Pugliese for a moment. And Tom Tor now getting that run on the inside lane. Great pack racing going on as of right now. As we come back down here in the corner number 1 with 18 of 94 on the board. As they come down the backstretch. Still side by side. Still jostling for position. Pugly's back to the lead with Josh Cole in second. But that inside lane is going to roar back here on the inside through 3 and 4. As they'll try to carry a little bit more momentum, but that outside is going to try to hold that momentum as they come off the corner. And it's going to be Pugly's out front with Cole there second, Tom Tor in third, Brendan Brody in fourth. Now he's in third as he pushes that outside lane along, and that number 4 machine out past Tom Tor, and he dropped down to the inside, and he's going to try to get that inside lane to pull up alongside of Pugly's and Cole, as Brody now jumps out front to a temporary lead as they shoot down the backstretch. But Pugly's and Cole are really, really strong out there on that high side. Here comes Tom Tora, 3 wide as the 00 Terry Fennell out there on the high side. Side by side, caution is out here at lap 19. And that was Brett Bray that brought out that caution, and that very well ended the stage as well. And these two drivers back here were fighting together. Oh, they just run over each other. Not exactly sure what happened. I don't know if Braid let off or what happened, but all of a sudden, they just take each other out back here on the backstretch. I don't see too much damage to Bray's car, but there is quite a bit of damage to the right front of Semple. I think I heard somebody say they're out of gas. Looks like tire smoke off of the 45 machine, if I can find them. Thought I saw tire smoke. Oh, that's off a Semple. I'm sorry, that's off a Semple. I'm seeing tire smoke. So with caution out, that's going to be our first caution of the evening, as Joseph Thomas is our current leader at the moment. right, so we're coming to the end of our first caution, I hope. All right, so we got racing to happen here tonight. As green flags back out, and we're underway once again here from Talladega for the Friggy Diggy Arca series as they come racing down into corner number 1. Josh Cole back out front here, and there you see way up on that high side, that's the 89 of Logan Spencer. Not sure exactly what happened to him, so he's going to fall back a little bit on the scoring grid. And we should be live. Coming down the backstretch here. There you see Rick Schneider going for the lead. On the outside, he got one heck of a run coming down into corner number 3. And got around Josh Cole very easily. Now he's out there like a shot out front. And that 03 machine has everybody else trying to chase him down. And we know that they will back here in that pack. As there you see Matt Semple. Lap down, but back here working hard to try to beat that first car 1 lap down. And I'm not sure exactly where Bray is, as Bray looks to be farther back. And we're on board with Schneider as we come through the corner. And he's looking on from Tom Tour, as Tom Tour is the leader now. Matthew Semple taking over the lead, or taking over the first position of the pack, but he's still a lap down. So he's trying to keep him going a lap down to hold that, and I just don't think that's going to be possible here. These other drivers, they might not take too kindly of a lap car being in the mix like this. Now we're on board with Rick Schneider once again. We're coming through 3 and 4, off 4, back down here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's down the backstretch. That was off of 2, down the backstretch now. Side by side, you got Tom Tour leading that outside lane in front of Waylon McConnell, as down there on the inside. That's Christopher Pendle leading the way. I'm sorry, not Christopher Pendle, but Richard Odie leading the way in front of Christopher Pendle. I'm trying to see where Brett Bray... Oh, Brett Bray is still there in amongst the packer. You see him in that number 99 machine. Or number 60 machine, I'm sorry. The X-side machine out there on the outside lane. That's Brett Bray. Matt Semple better hold on to it. He got a little loose coming through that corner. Down through the trail, down back down into corner number 1. And it's Tom Torres still leading it now as he retook the lead. But here comes Richard Odie back down there on the bottom side as he's got help from the 94 of Christopher Pendle as they work through 1 and 2. Front to back, there they go. Side by side as they come down the backstretch. Drag racing as it can be. Matthew Semple stepping out of line, going around Rick Schneider as he's got help from the 89 of Logan Spencer. He's trying to push his way to the front. Semple up there on the bumper of Schneider. As Schneider's now falling back close to that 12th position, I think. Or no, 10th position, sorry. And out front, it's still Richard Odie. With Christopher Pendle right behind him. And Tom Torres there in 3rd. Josh Cole 4th. As Logan Spencer now takes over 4th. Josh Cole drops back to 5th. And they roll through 3 and 4 now. Everybody doing what they can. 3 wide here in the middle of the pack with the 42. Christopher Pugley's down there on the bottom side, the 75. William McConnell out there on the outside, and the 89. Logan Spencer in the middle. Left side damage there on Spencer's car. I'm sorry, not Spencer, but Semple's car. And he's trying to hold that outside lane. As we're on lap 29, everybody's still front to back, side by side. And that was stage 1 there that last time by. Stage 2 is going to be at lap 40. So another 10 laps and we'll have stage number 2. So Semple would really like to try to stay right where he's at, as he's not a lap down to everybody. So he's the first car 1 lap down. Ten laps to go here in stage number 2. Side by side, they go into corner number 1 and 2. And now, as they are side by side, it's still Richard Odie out there in front with Christopher Pendle there in 2nd. And on that outside is the 89 of Logan Spencer sitting in 3rd. And the next position car is going to be that number 75 of William McConnell as they come down through 3 and 4. 3 wide back there. I didn't quite catch who was 3 wide going through corner 3 and 4. And we're on board of Rick Schneider once again. And now we're on board with Joseph Thomas. We're coming through the field here. And everybody's doing all they can, trying to hold on to the lead where they can as we're going 2 by 2 here. About 3rd row back. As Odie and Pendle are out front, they're leading this race. Here's we're about 1/3 of the way through the race here tonight. Come off 4 back down here to the triangle. That's going to be the 72 of Nathan Peacock out there on the outside trying to help that outside lane along. And, I think, if I'm not mistaken, thought that was the 72. Now you see the 89 of Logan Spencer. Right behind him is that 8 of Matthew Semple. As we said, Semple, first car, 1 lap down. And he's trying to hold on to this lap here. And they come through the trial, side by side down here in the corner number 1. There you see the 8. I'm sorry, that's the 3. I'm getting numbers crisscrossed here in my head. The number 3 of Tom Tor, as he works down through the field. And back outside, there you see Logan, I'm sorry, that's the 42. Christopher Pugliese and Josh Cole working at high side once again. Those two worked well up there before. Can they do it again? As they're looking to the outside of Tom Tor as they work through 3 and 4 back across here, if I'm not mistaken. And okay, we're coming back down through the trioval. Everybody working it out. The 89 there of Logan Spencer leading that inner to outer lane, depending on how they come through the corners. We got the 42 of Christopher Pugliese and Josh Cole on that outside, that very outside lane, trying to make that third lane happen once again, like they did earlier in the race. And they got some help behind them with the number 60. Brett Bray looking on back there. Brett Bray's trying to move himself up to maybe be the first car 1 lap down. So if I'm Semple, I'm going to be definitely watching that rearview mirror to see where Bray would be at. Everybody is starting to jockey for position. As Semple disappeared for a moment out of the grid. Now he's back as he's looking there on the bumper of Logan Spencer. 3 wide coming down here in the corner number 1. And it looks like we got one going around. Logan Spencer. Now, Logan Spencer went up. And just not enough room there in front of the 42 of Christopher Pugliese. As Pugliese just kind of had nowhere to go. There you see the 89 spinning back up. And now he's into the outside wall. Wow, did Pugliese get lucky as he drives around the 89 of Logan Spencer. I don't think Spencer caught anybody else as he comes sliding back down to that apron. And parks it down there on the inside, getting it straightened out. Wow. That car don't look too bad if he can get it straightened out. But maybe not. He might have caught that inside wall. No, he kept it off the inside wall the best he could. A little bit of damage to that right side. Let's see if this is stage. Right now, Richard Odie's out front. Now, if we're going off the last pit stop, I think we should see everybody coming in. But I have not seen that as of yet. On a little plate, what? All right, so they're going to call the stage at, they're going to do a one-lap dash here for the stage. As lights are out on the pace truck. Pace truck pulls off, heading down into the infield here, back down pit road. As cars are now set and ready to roll as they come out of the tribal into the restart zone. Green flag is out. They are away. And we got a one-lap dash here for the stage victory. 3 wide as they come down here into corner number 1. And that is like a Rick Schneider way out there on that, I'm sorry, down there on the inside lane. Tom Torres up there on the outside lane trying to get that side draft to work as he's getting up there to the bumper of the 4. And that's Brendan Brody. And they're side by side up front trying to chase each other down the backstretch. Here on the outside at Waylon McConnell with Richard Odie down there on the inside as Richard Odie gets tagged from behind, ends up down there getting, not sure if he's okay or not, but he looks to be all right. It just needs a little off kilter right now as he's trying to get back up there on track. You see Tom Torre coming flashing through the field. Out there now to the outside as he's coming down through corner number 4. And it's going to be a drag race here to the finish. And who's it going to be for the stage? And it looks like it's going to be Christopher Pendle for the stage. Oh no, we got mayhem after the stage. Mike Schaefer up on his side. Not exactly sure what happened there after the flag was thrown. Coming here into turn one. Oh, looks like the 03 of Schneider got loose and collects the 29 of Mike Schaefer. Josh Cole in pit road. Pit road, a very busy place as everybody but Brett Bray comes down. Oh, Brett Bray back out here on the lead lap here tonight. All right, so as the pit cycle is done here for this caution flag, lights are out, and Joseph Thomas is out there in front in that number 21 machine with Christopher Pendle up there out on the outside. Logan Spencer will be starting here in third to start stage 3. Rick Schneider fourth, Brett Bray fifth. Oh, no, Brett Bray, he's going to fall back some. Not exactly sure where Brett Bray is going to start as I'm trying to see how this lineup is going to play out. I think Odie's trying to get out here and get up there on the track, get underway, hopefully to try to catch the field before they take the green flag. As they're coming down the short chute down here into the trial, but where is Odie at? As pace truck is off, here he's storming through turn 3 and 4. Better just keep it floored as they're going to be coming up to speed out of the trial as they get to the restart zone. Green flag is out. Everybody else getting up to speed. Now Odie's got a little bit of work cut out to him to make sure that he can try to catch up to the field. He's now coming through the restart zone up here in the corner number 1. Hopefully he can do a little bit of work here as they're still getting up to full song out of corner number 2. And they are sideways and problems. Yellow flag is back out here for another time. We'll see them as they come off the corner. Semple gets into the back of the 89. The 89 comes down across in front of everybody. Josh Cole, I think, steers clear for most of it, but we'll go on board and make sure. Now here you see right off the start, you can see everybody picking up. He's checked up, and he makes it through. In that FFTV machine, Josh Cole makes it through that pileup as they come out of 2. Rick Schneider's coming in. We got Chris Pender coming in. Tom Tor coming in. Looks like 3/4 of the field's coming in. Everybody came in except for Brett Bray and Joseph Thomas. Alrighty, so we're coming around, and when they come across the line this time, it will be halfway here tonight in the Friggy Diggy Arca series. All right, doubled up, coming down the backstretch. It is Joseph Thomas out front with Brett Bray in second. Now, if you remember back towards the beginning of the race, Brett Bray, he was down there in the back and a lap down. Now he's back on the lead lap and currently sitting in second. Rick Schneider there in third. Christopher Pendle there in fourth. Terry Fennell there in fifth. Waylon McConnell in sixth. Josh Cole sitting seventh. Mike Schaefer in eighth. Tom Tor ninth. Christopher Pugliese there in 10th. Logan Spencer in 11th. Brendan Brody there in 12th. Richard Odie 13th. Nathan Peacock 14th. And Matthew Semple currently sitting in 15th. Green flag back out. Joseph Thomas out to the lead. Rick Schneider there pulls along in second as that outside lane's getting a little bit trouble going. As Brett Bray is trying to lead that outside lane out in front of Christopher Pendle, who is currently now sitting fifth, now seventh. I'm sorry, in fifth. Josh Cole sixth. Waylon McConnell in seventh. Outside lane starting to get a little bit of moving to it now as they come out up to onto the backstretch. Rick Schneider jumping up to the middle lane as he's trying to try to side draft the 21 of Joseph Thomas. And Joseph Thomas now slides backwards here to about third position as Brett Bray shoots out to the lead. As the 03 of Schneider back here in the third position. Now it's taken over second as they come down the short chute down here in the corner number 4, or out of 4, I should say, down through the triangle. It is going to be Schneider with the lead. And Pendle there in second, McConnell in third, Brett Bray in fourth. Now Brett Bray is falling backward just a little bit as he's got Joseph Thomas there right behind him in that number 21 machine. 3 wide as they come out of corner number 2 with that number 60, Brett Bray machine on the inside is 75 of Waylon McConnell in that center lane. And way up on that high side is the 78, Richard Odie, as he's got the number 89 of Logan Spencer there behind him. And as I'm looking at it now, there was a lone car in the middle, but he sides up in front of the 78 machine. And that would have been the 29 of Mike Schaefer. As Schaefer and Thomas run together there in the through side by side. Down here in the corner number 1, side by side, Rick Schneider out there on the outside. And down there on the inside, that's the 94 of Christopher Pendle, followed by Waylon McConnell. And that outside lane getting ahead of steam now coming down the backstretch as Rick Schneider now takes the lead off of that top side, being pushed along by Brett Bray and the 29 of Mike Schaefer. Inside lane pulls along here as they enter 3 and 4, but that outside lane's going to come off strong. Out there on that outside lane, and it's going to be Brett Bray looking to the outside of Schneider. As out front, it's still Pendle and McConnell. Side by side down here through the stretch. It's still Pendle out front with Schneider there in second. Waylon McConnell in third. And there you see the 89 of Logan Spencer trying to make something happen on the outside and gets into the outside jersey wall. Or safer barrier wall, I should say. Yeah, he finds his way back in line behind the 29 of Mike Schaefer. And they come back through the trio. Schaefer looking to the outside of Bray. And they come storming down here in the 1. And that's going to open the door up to the middle lane for Logan Spencer. As Spencer looks to the middle, trying to bring up air to the bumper of Bray. As Bray maybe thinking to the outside of Schneider. All right, now Spencer going around Schaefer. And we've lost the race for one quick moment here as we do our little hiccups once again down here through the corner. Everybody back 3 wide. And there you see on the outside is Brett Bray as they stump Thorman 3 wide. Out of corner number 2 down the back stretch. Or I'm sorry, out of 4 down the short chute down here into the tri-oval. And it is still Schneider there in the middle lane. Spencer's going to be real careful there as they are fighting really hard on that outside lane as we're on lap 54 of 94. As we're coming off of 2, still side by side, the 75 of Waylon McConnell, your leader. A lot of traffic right behind him. As now Schneider takes that outside lane once again to take that lead. And Spencer wanting that lead as well as he jumped up there to the 3rd lane. And opens the door up once again, and that's going to bring maybe the 29 of Mike Schaefer up into that center spot, up behind Schneider. Now Spencer stuck out on the outside lane. As they look almost, they could have brought up 4 wide there through the tri-oval. As you see, Schneider working hard right there behind Bray. They come off of 2 down here into the back stretch. A little hiccup once again. Everybody back. There we go. Side by side down here in the corner number 3. Number 60, Brett Bray being pushed along by Rick Schneider in that 03. On that outside lane, inside lane consists of Waylon McConnell and Christopher Pendle. And right behind them is the 21 of Joseph Thomas. Spencer still not sure where he wants to be as he's looking to the middle lane once again. Out on the outside of Joseph Thomas to the inside of Mike Schaefer. Yeah, Spencer rides that middle out here through turns 1 and 2. Now he's trying to get that side draft to work a little bit. Everybody's jostling for his positions up here at the front. A little farther back. Everybody's still in one big pack here. As some of them are just trying to ride it out. And that's the likes of the 00 of Fennel. Tom Tor in the 3. The 42 of Pugliese. Josh Cole in the number 43. Those drivers just kind of letting these drivers out front battle it out. Thinking something may happen. Something might go wrong up here at the front. As laps are winding down here finally tonight at Talladega. Side-by-side racing still up front. Everybody else single file. As the first 3 rows, they're still battling it out. And Brett Bray currently scored as your leader as they come down in here into 3 and 4. But that's going to change. That inside lane gets some momentum. Coming off of 4, back heading towards the tri-oval. And now here comes Schneider to the inside. Brett Bray. Bray's having some issues out front there. He just let a whole line past him. Surrendered the outside lead over to Rick Schneider. As Schneider and the 75 of William McConnell are battling out for the lead with a train of cars behind each of them. Side by side, here we go, down the backstretch. Out of corner number 4, down towards the stripe, and it's going to be William McConnell leading it by a little bit as they come down here into corner number 1. Side by side still. As we're on board with William McConnell. Side by side, it is still Schneider for the lead, with McConnell there on the inside. Pendle up top. Pendle's on the bottom. Currently in that 94 in that second car back on the bottom lane. Up top, though, on the clear outside lane in row number 3, that is Logan Spencer. Mike Schaefer is currently running 4th. He's running that middle lane in that number 29 machine. Right in front of him is the 03 of Rick Schneider. The 89 of Logan Spencer trying to make a lane happen out there on the outside. Get a little loose. There you see the 75 having to back out of it, getting down there into the back of the pack now. That's handing the lead over to Mike Schaefer. Logan Spencer out there on the top side. And the 29 of Mike Schaefer down there on the inside. And I apologize, viewers, if I seem to be taking some moments here in between talking and not talking. But my one molar has really started giving me issues here tonight. And it's really killing me. And so to talk, it really hurts. So just bear with me as I try to bear with the pain here tonight and finish out the broadcast the best we can. And after the broadcast is over, I guarantee I'm going to go find myself some ibuprofen or something. They work off of 4, I believe. Yeah, it is off of 4 down here into the tri-oval. It is Schneider and Schaefer out there holding the lead. And here comes Pendle back up there, bringing with them the 78 of Richard Odie. Side by side off the corner. Here we go. Side by side once again as Odie now tries to bring that side draft to life. And Spencer right behind him as they work along the outside lane here on lap 63 of 94. Down here in the corner, number 3 and 4. Off of 4, down through the short chute, heading towards the tri-oval. Down the back stretch once again. Odie still trying to work with Spencer. Spencer getting him a little loose, coming off the corner. Had to back out of it just a little bit to keep from spinning him out. As they head down here through the corner 3 and 4. Here we go, side by side. Odie still working that outside lane. As they come off, and it looks like one of the cars is dipping down to the apron. That is the likes of the 21 of Joseph Thomas coming in for a pit stop. Matthew Semple's in the pits. So cars breaking away, bring them the pit stops in. Now we're working 3 wide there through the center of the pack. It is still Schneider leading the race as they come out of 2 down the backstretch. Odie now up to second as they work down the backstretch here. Side by side, Spencer trying to help them along with that inside lane, doing all they can to hold on to it as they come back down here into 3. We'll see if we have any more drivers jump off the track. Spencer making a move down there to the inside. He's coming in. It looks like, no, he's not. But we got a bunch more coming in. That is the likes of Schneider, Schaefer. Schneider and Schaefer coming in. Peacock coming in. Brody coming in. As we're on board with Spencer as they come down here in the corner number 3. See if we get any more takers. Now comes Spencer. There's the number 94. No, it's a Christopher. Pendle. That's Christopher Pendle. Drivers are making their way into the pits. Pendle, McConnell, Spencer, Odie come in this time by. And now we got Pendle, Cole, Pugleyson, Tor out here trying to hold on a moment as it looks like they may be coming this time by. And here they all come. Oh, the lead's going to be handed over to Christopher Pendle here coming out of 4 as he comes across the tri-oval and passes these guys that are on pit road as they are still coming out. This is going to shake things up here as we're on lap 68 of 94. Closing in on the finish of the race here tonight. As Pendle is your leader with Odie there in second, with Tor there in third. "26 laps to go here tonight." Your next group back, that looks to be Rick Schneider, Logan Spencer, and the 21 of Joseph Thomas. And we head back a little farther. There's Pugliese and the number 72 of Nathan Peacock. Ray and McConnell working together. Everybody's kind of spread out now on the track. We can kind of bring up the track map and kind of show you where everybody is and how spread out everybody is here. After this green flag stops. Oh, out front, it's still Pendle and Odie. I'm sorry, Pendle and, Odie is the number 78 machine, but we got the number 4, Brody, in there as well. With 25 laps to go here tonight in the Friggy Diggy Arca series. And don't forget to check out their sponsors, 1% Designs, Admin Box, and Keep Digging. And you can find discount codes down there in the description here tonight. As these drivers race down the back stretch, trying to figure out who's all kind of scattered around here, who's got drafting partner, who don't have drafting partners. We know Bray and McConnell are running together. Josh Cole, does he have anybody with him? He has the 00 of Fennel. A little far behind is the lead group, though. As that lead group is catching them. And we got the 03 of Rick Schneider, the 21 of Joseph Thomas, and the 89 of Logan Spencer trying to chase down them four lead cars. And as we're on board with Spencer, you'll see that you don't even see the front cars in the view yet. There they are as they come out of 4. You see them for a split second. Heading into the tri-oval. Everybody's doing what they can here tonight. Best thing for some of these drivers to do is just stay in line to try to catch up to these leaders, or pull away from them rather, depending on how you look at it. Like Josh Cole and Terry Fennel, they're going to try to run like scared rabbits at the moment. And they come shooting out of 3 and 4 back towards the start-finish line. There you see Tom Tor in that number 3 machine there in amongst the lead pack. Sitting third right now. And I know a few of you might be going, well, there's 4 cars there. Yeah, there's 4 cars there. But that second car in line, Brendan Brody, is actually a lap down. And just riding along right there in the lead pack, in behind the leader. Joseph Thomas, Logan Spencer, Rick Schneider all working together here trying to chase down the leaders. And I want to say they're slowly gaining on them. Slowly. But I don't think there's going to be enough time here to really make a change to it. But we will have to see. Because if they can get up there and make that a 7-car pack, that's going to just help out the draft. And then Josh Cole and Terry Fennell may not stay on the lead lap. We still got 20 laps to decide the winner here tonight for Talladega. Friggy Diggy Arca Series here tonight. Now, who do we got running with the 42 of Christopher Pugliese? That is... As we're on board here, I can't really see who it is. That's 72. Nathan Peacock running around with the 42 of Christopher Pugliese. Trying to just keep that draft together. Work together. Well, we got 3 cars now teamed up here. That's Waylon McConnell, Brett Bray, and I'm trying to see. I think that was here, and then we got a pit. Somebody's got a pit. So we got one more pit stop here tonight in order to make it the rest of the way. So it looks like Brett Bray is coming in. Yeah, come off the corner there. We'll leave that up so you can kind of see who's in the area there for pit lane. Right now, it's Brett Bray coming in for pits. Semple apparently is out of tonight's race. All right, you. See who else is going to pit. Brett Bray pitted at lap 76. Here we're about about 20 to go, I guess. 19 to go. And we're on 16 to go right now as they cross the stripe. There's possibly one more pit stop to make it on fuel, but we will have to wait and see how that plays out. I know these drivers well, and these drivers definitely like to play the fuel strategy game to the lap. Especially here on these plate tracks and these drafting tracks. As Odie still running there in second place. Third in line. When's he going to make a move? If he's going to make a move, he's probably going to have help from Tom Tor. As these 3 drivers of Schneider, Thomas, and Spencer are still trying to chase down them leaders, but they seem to be closing in little by little here each lap. Everybody single file, 15 laps to go here at Talladega. Now you see those three drivers still trying to chase down the leaders. And if you're watching that map, it does look like they're getting closer. And the closer they get, the more apt they are to pull that draft. Here we're looking at the 72 and 42, Peacock and Pugliese. "13 laps to go. Who's going to make last-minute pit stops?" Hearing strategies being called out across the radios. Just trying to figure out when cars are pitting. See who comes in. The lead pack comes in. What about the second pack? It comes in as well. Pugliese and McConnell stay, or I'm sorry, Pugliese and Peacock stay out. Peacock being a lap down. Here comes Schaefer, Fennell, and Cole still out here. Pit road, very busy place. Pugliese out front. Pendle coming out now. Hopefully that wasn't trouble for the 21. And he's off track, coming back out onto the track. He's having some trouble there. Pugliese down pit road. Josh Cole, Terry Fennell now taking over second and third with 11 laps to go. Do they have enough fuel? Sounds like Cole's coming in this time. We'll see if it's a full tire stop or if he's just taking gas and go. And now Pendle and Torque take over the lead. Everybody doing all they can here. Pendle and Torque. Part of that first group that pitted. Are now out front with 8 laps to go. And back to third where Odie is. He's back here with the lap car. Brendan Brody, Brody is a lap down to the 2 leaders. So they're going to try to get that duo up to running. Rick Schneider all by his lonesome, and so as Joseph Thomas. Logan Spencer's with Waylon McConnell. Josh Cole out here on track by himself. And right behind him is going to be coming Brett Bray. Terry Fennell fell back a little bit. He's sitting here. And as we said, Brendan Brody lap down to the leader. Mike Schaefer trying to work out something here with the number 42 of Christopher Pugley also. So there you can see on the map how spread out everybody is. We only got 15 drivers. I guess 14 drivers left since Semple is out. And there you see a few drivers going lap down. That's Terry Fennell and Brendan Brody going lap down. Josh Cole needs to find a running mate and quickly if he wants to stay on the lead lap. Now there's 7 laps to go. Terry Fennell's trying to get up there and just run with the draft. As we're running down here, 6 laps to go at Talladega for the Friggy Diggy Arca Series. Everybody, like I said, spread way out around this racetrack here tonight. It's a 2.5 mile track. There you see the 89 of Spencer and 75 of McConnell trying to work together. This is 6th and 7th position. Schneider all alone for 4th. Odie all alone there for 3rd. Although he's got the lap down car. Brody trying to work along with him. And there you see the leaders. Christopher Pendle, Tom Torque. Brett Bray happened to give way to the leaders. Josh Cole finding the 42 of Christopher Pugley's. Everybody really spread out here. 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Two laps to go. Pendle still leads it. There are 2 lap cars in behind the leaders. Will they become a factor here in this final lap? As we're coming out of with 2 laps to go. And coming out of 4. Who's it going to be? Pendle or Tor? And we head down here for the last line. Across the stripe. Final lap here tonight. White flag waves as we head down here into corner number 1. Everybody single file here for the lead. Tom Tor just patiently waiting there behind Pendle. Is he just going to kind of sit back and let it be, or is he going to make a run coming off of corner number 4? We will have to wait and see. Kind of looking outside, seeing what he got here as he's right there with the bumper. Ready on that machine as he's looking to the outside, looking to the inside. They're going to block. Here coming out of 4, side by front to back. Very tight racing as 8. Now he's going to try to shake him here. He's going to shake him loose. He does it, and he's going to lose it. They're going to be sideways, and it's going to be Pendle for the win. Tom Tor coming across in second. OD coming across there for third. And number 3 car a little beaten up from that last corner effort. A little bit of rubbing trying to get that win. Fortunately, still comes out in second. Pendle coming across as your winner here tonight. There we got here for our, see if we can get our top 3 here into the waiting room. Our final race results are coming in. It is Christopher Pendle in first, Tom Tor second, Richard Odie there in third, Rick Schneider fourth, William McConnell fifth, Joseph Thomas sixth, Logan Spencer there in sixth. Logan Spencer there in seventh, Josh Cole in eighth, Terry Fennell ninth, Brett Bray in 10th, Brendan Brody 11th, Christopher Pugliese there in 12th, Mike Schaefer 13th, Nathan Peacock 14th, and Matthew Semple finishing there in 15th tonight. Oh, that is your finishing order as we're waiting to see if we can get a hold of some of our finishers here tonight. Start out with Odie if we can see if we can move him. Good evening, Odie. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Congrats on a third place finish there tonight.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun and kind of screwed up getting on the pit road there at the very end for that last pit stop, but still a lot of fun.
Well, he's drafting traps. It can be difficult, especially with them green flag pit stops. It just spreads that field out so much, and being out of the draft means so much here.
Yeah, it really does. As soon as you lose the draft trying to get off a pit road, if you're not with a pack, you lose 2 to 3 seconds a lap, and then you're just a sitting duck from there.
Well, you still held on for third. Had a lot of great pack racing throughout the night. It just your strategy didn't quite pan out quite the way you were hoping to, did it?
No, I was hoping for a little bit better strategy there at the end, but yeah, it was a lot of fun in the pack. I was able to make moves, and even when I kind of topped off there a few times to try and maximize the fuel economy, it just you never know how it's going to work at plate races. But I felt like it was better to be safe than sorry, and kind of was aggressive at times, but also conservative, just depending on how the pack kind of was going at. Certain times it seemed like it was getting a little bit more hectic than others, so just got to roll with it.
Yep. Well, who's your sponsors you want to give a shout out or any shout outs you want to give here tonight?
I didn't really have any sponsors tonight. Usually run with Sherry Strong and that foundation, so shout out to them and fight for ovarian cancer. So big, always like running the teal blue colors and Chevrolet, and that's pretty much it for tonight.
Alrighty, well, congrats again for your third place finish, and we'll wish you luck next week.
All right, thank you. Fun to join.
All right, that was Odie, our third place finisher. Now here's Tom Tor with our second place finisher. Good evening there, Tor. How are you?
Doing well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing okay for the circumstances, but getting through.
Sure is a little boring for you.
Yeah, well, the last few laps can be, but the racing isn't my problem. I have other issues going on. I have a major toothache happening on tonight, so it's not helping me too much talking.
Been there, man.
Yeah, broadcasting with a toothache's not fun. I will attest to that, but still getting it done. But congrats on a second place finish, and the car looked great out there. Just unfortunate, yeah, kind of looked like you were trying to rough Pendle up a little bit to try to take the lead there at the end. It just didn't quite work out in your favor.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of, gave a little push. It's kind of the intimidator factor, as it were. Trying to give him a little run for his money is kind of, I was trying to keep it clean. Through the last 25 laps there, we were on a similar strategy towards the end. I actually entered my pit stall a little too far out there, but it actually worked out. 94 and I linked up, and he actually slowed down so I could catch up with him, and we kind of just kept it steady and kept putting on laps, putting on time from third place. And last lap is anybody's game, dude, and I'm sure you know that. Yeah, what happened, but we're both we've got a lot of respect for each other, and big shout out to 94 for the win.
Hey, it was definitely a great last lap try. You gotta give that the shout out there, but just
always the bridesmaid, never the bride, dude. That's
well, hopefully you can pull off a win next week. We'll see how it goes. I didn't quite catch the schedule to see where we're at.
Don't matter. I'll be there, man. Big shout out to Gears. Big shout out to Friggy Diggy and all the guys. A big shout out to you for putting this on. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, it was fun watching. And any other sponsors or shout outs you want to give tonight?
Big shout out to the missus. She's waiting for me to come to bed. I'm going to go do that now. So get ready for the work week. So big shout out to the boys at Gears. Big shout out to Friggy Diggy. And again, big shout out to you, man. Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, congrats on your second place finish, and you have a wonderful night.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was Tom Tor, our second place finisher. Here for tonight's victory is Chris Pendle. Chris Pendle, how are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. What a finish there tonight.
Yeah, man. I was actually talking to my teammate Odie, Richard Odie, there for a minute. We was actually going over it, but yeah, that was awesome. I had a good battle with a 3 there. Um, you know, he raced me clean. He gave me a little bit of room there. He got me a little loose coming out, going into 3, and he gave me some room to recuperate. And then I knew the move was coming on that last lap. I had a feeling it was either going to come out of 2 or come out of 3. It was coming out of one of them corners. And he made it out of 3, and I was able to block. And I wasn't going to throw a second block, but I'm like, man, I was just going to throw one. But I knew he had those lap cars behind him to help with speed, and they would have stayed with him probably there. And I'm like, man, I got to throw the second block. $50 is on the line. I'm throwing the second block.
Well, you came out with it.
Yeah. He was pretty cool about it too at the end of the race, because I usually don't throw blocks like that at super speedway races. I'm usually competitive at them, and I always get screwed in the end on races like this. So I mean, I wouldn't have been, if I was him, I would have been upset. So he took it a lot better than me. But that was awesome racing there. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, even though it was kind of boring there the last 30 laps.
Yeah, everybody was stretched out. We had to turn the track map on so we can kind of see where everybody was at.
Yeah, it was like pack racing back in the early 2010s, just like tandem racing, the two cars here, 2 cars there, because I could see that on my map as well in race.
Yeah, it's about what it was. Who you synced up with, and can those tandem cars outdrive the others? I think that was whenever they brought the car up to Mars out. That's kind of when we saw the tandem racing.
There was a restart where me and Odie was like flying out on the outside, passing everybody. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And I'm like, we like last and second to last, and we flew by everybody, like within a lap, and I didn't know what was going on, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. I usually don't say those words when I race at Daytona and Talladega, but I had a blast tonight.
Well, that outside lane that very far outside lane seemed to, if you can catch it right, seemed to be able to drag you up through the pack. And I know there for a while, early on in the race, Joseph Thomas found that out quite well, as he was the only one on the outside lane there for a while. And he was coming up through the field by himself on that outside lane.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I tried to stay on the bottom just most of the race, just because, trying to save fuel and just staying in the draft. And then you never know, like with wrecks, usually if you're on the bottom and there's a wreck, you can get kind of scathed, unscathed, skew away unscathed or whatever. But that top was the way to go when you was trying to make passes and make moves, because it's just so fast around the top. But that was fun. That was really fun. I'm glad my friend Richard Odie there, he races with me in other leagues. This is his first race tonight. He told me he had a lot of fun too, so I'm glad he enjoyed it. Hopefully he can start coming out every week from now on.
Well, hopefully that is true, and we'll see you back. Oh man, we're I don't
Where
know
are we
if
at next
got all
week?
the
Is
interviews,
Iowa?
but
No, not. It's not Iowa. Is it Iowa?
I don't know.
Well, either way, no matter what it is, I'm having rotator cuff surgery this coming Friday, so I'm going to be really, really loopy. I'm going to try to race, but I'm going to do my best to race. If not, then I'll kind of take a couple weeks off. And what's nice about this win is I'm kind of locked into the next round, I think, and I can, I'm still going to try to race and do my best, but rotator cuff surgery is no fun from what I've heard. So.
No, it's not. I don't believe it is.
Yeah, so it's on my right shoulders. I'm left-handed, but it's on my right shoulders. But I'm gonna have to. I use an H pattern shift, so I'm gonna have to go to like my paddle shifters and drive one-handed or something like that, so, in order to do this. But
I
think I can
drive
manage
when I race one-handed all the time. So one hand's on the wheel, one hand's on the gear shift.
Well, I might have to use my D buttons or whatever, my D buttons and shift, or use my paddle shifters and just use my left hand to shift or whatever, and just take it easy on restarts or whatnot. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm not going to give up racing, man. This is what I like to do. So.
Alrighty, well, you enjoy your night. Who's your shout out you want to shout out to here tonight?
Oh, just thank the league. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little tired today. Thanks to the league, Friggy Diggy, everybody at the league. You know, all the admins put it on you for broadcasting. You do a great job every week. I appreciate it. I love watching the broadcast after the races too. You know, thanks to my buddy Richard Ode for coming out and racing me tonight and working with me. My Discord wasn't working tonight on my computer, so I had to like mute everything. But oh yeah. I don't know what's going on with it. It was weird because I could barely hear them, but my volumes was turned up all the way on my Discord. I don't get it. Like I don't understand. I've turned everything up and my PC was up and I still couldn't hear nobody. Anyways, enough about that. You know, just thank you to everybody. Thanks to my wife for letting me race. You know, she puts up with me racing every week, 2 or 3 times a week. So I appreciate that. You know, just thank you to everybody for watching, and hopefully y'all come out next week and watch some more.
Alrighty, well, pretty good race for playoff race number 1 here tonight. And getting the victory here at Talladega should give you pretty good confidence going forward. All right, so that was Chris Pendle there in our victory winner here tonight. And we want to again thank everybody for coming out and joining us here at Talladega and here on the pole tonight for our Friggy Diggy Arca series. And be sure to join us next Sunday as we continue with the Friggy Diggy series. And tomorrow night we'll be bringing you again the Roughneck Racing Gen 6 and the come on now, the BMRL Xfinity series, if I've got them correct in my head. So be sure to check us out tomorrow night for that. And again, everybody have a wonderful night. We'll catch you later. Thank you so much.